Wii Sports is number 4 of one of the most sold games in the world and Nintendo's most sold property of all time. This game also led to being one of the most influential experiences of the gaming generation back in 2007 and 2006. Or just the mid-2000s if you just want me to just not be technical at all, because that's honestly fair. Nintendo wanted to experiment with customizable characters as early as the 80s and 90s. It wasn't until 2006 where Nintendo finally had the power and membrane to experimentally put their ideas into livelihood, and then bam. The Miis were one of the most iconic accessories in Nintendo media as of the modern era. Now the question is, how far did they go? Because as big as a success as Wii Sports was, being one of the 4's highest selling games of all time, how much did they milk the concept in question? Let's find out. The game that started it all, Wii Sports, was a game that allowed players to customize their own characters to make them look a little bit accurate, and a new way of play that would track the player's movements, all thanks to the Nintendo Wii Nunchuck controller, which was rivaled with PlayStation's PS Move, which failed miserably, and Xbox 360's Y Kinect. This was known as the 7th generation of gaming in America, and to this day would be a very legendary era for gaming, especially when we've gotten from this to this. It's a long ride, everybody, I know. The first game lets you play up to at least 6 sports, which included bowling, golf, baseball, boxing, tennis, and baseball. If you don't recognize any of these game modes, then you have been living under the biggest rock that you can find, my nigga, because there is no way that you do not recognize any, and I mean any, of these lanes. Dare I say, they're just as iconic as the Bible at this point, because holy shit. Because, oh my god, it's really hard to find that one person that hasn't at least heard of a boxing match in Wii Sports. And of course, that banger theme that we hear at the end of every single boxing tournament, aka the one that I'm playing right now. To this day, people still find more funny things, moments to be shared in this game. This being unfathomable memes like Peter Griffin, the competitive community, the modding community. Hell, the entire gaming industry will always continue to rise against and defend this game with all its heart and continue its legacy. This game, nor is the Mii franchise going anywhere soon, and it's all thanks to the fans.
Where your ass was at when I was eating bitches' ass? Where your ass was at when I was spending all the cash? Where your ass was at when I was playing hockey with my dick? Where your ass was at when I was... What the fuck I'm saying? Yeah, I wanted a parachute scary like this. I'ma do it. But I'm gonna be butt ass naked so the wind can just be hitting my balls and shit. Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Wii Sports was the next entry for not only the Wii Sports series, but also for the Miis. I'm lying like shit. There's a lot of spin-offs with the Miis and shit, so please don't correct me. While it may not be as popular as the original Wii Sports that came out in 2006, Wii Sports Resort had a good representation of itself, bringing memorable activities such as table tennis, swordplay duels, and swordplay Skyrim Edition. I know it's called something else. I'm just gonna go with Skyrim Edition because I think it's funny. And compared to the last entry, this has over 12 sports activities that you can play through. And then there's a few modes you can unlock within those 12 mini-games you can do. It's a pretty good successor to the game that came out beforehand, which only had a few mini-games but had a banger soundtrack. Hold on, let me listen to this shit one more time.
When this beat drop, nigga.
Wii Sports Resorts are one of the many definitions of what makes a Wii game, and what makes a Mii game, a Mii game. It was fun and expansive, and it had so much to offer compared to the original Wii Sports from 2006, to the point where this became one of my favorite games on the Wii. Less known, but still, a very good entry. Wii Sports Club.
I mean, it's alright.
Yeah, so basically this is just a Wii Sports Deluxe version for the Wii U for people to play. And it's not the fact that it's bad, it's just the fact that it's just an HD version of the original Wii Sports, which is like, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. I'm pretty sure fans are already happy with the original Wii Sports that we have. And with the game that came out 3 years later, like I was just saying, they could have done way better with that. Even on the Wii U, it still could have been like a way better game than it already turned out to be. I mean, it's Wii Sports, but it's like, that's it. It's just Wii Sports, just nothing influential about it. The games are basically the same. There's nothing new added, except maybe probably a new layout. And the music compared to the old one is just more hyperactive. Almost like, oh yeah, we're doing sports or some shit. But what Wii U's aesthetic doesn't get with the Wii's original aesthetic for Wii Sports was, it was a new generation of gaming and a smooth aesthetic that you could just listen to while playing against your friends and shit. Like, Wii Sports makes me think that I woke up in the spaceship from the Hollow, my nigga. Like this music hits different. But I guess it was Wii Sports Club's energy that kind of gave it a little, not for me. Also, with this next entry that I'm about to bring up, which probably doesn't even count, but it's gonna show just how inferior that Wii Sports Club was to all these other games.
If you dig a 6-foot hole, how deep is that hole?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you an underrated masterpiece. That's my guilty pleasure. I'm sorry. This game was one of the best games I ever played growing up on the Wii U. It was its own thing. There were 12 mini games in one, all representing 12 different series from Nintendo. And it had this little amusement park theme to where it was like, you go into different rides and shit, and you just have a blast from there. Except it was a game amusement park, meaning that you were just different types of game series. You could play in Metroid, Game & Watch, Legend of Zelda, Mario, Pikmin, Balloon Boy, F-Zero 2? Like, come on, fool. You couldn't tell me anything, dog. This was literally, back in the day, the best game of all time. Better than 3D World, better than DuckTales. Yes, I did have DuckTales back in the day. Better than Minecraft, or any game that actually had Miiverse. This game was literally the best Nintendo game of all time. Until Smash Bros. Wii U came out. Then it just blew everything out the water. And yes, I will defend Wii U till the day that I die, fight me. And it had not just mini games, but 12 full games. Some being shorter than the rest, and some of them being fully branched out, and the others being endless even. I'd spend hours playing Mario Chaser with my mom and my dad. I played Metroid Blast because it reminded me of one of those Ratchet & Clank games from the PS3, and it was so fun. Pikmin I also remember being pretty fun as well, thanks to the fact that you can use a Pikmin's abilities as combat tactics. And then you could change his little leaves into different weapons, such as nuts and hammers and shit. But I think the biggest one that I always come back to was the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest. It literally felt like you were inside the Zelda world and you were fighting off Ganon's minions and shit. And which just probably might not count, but this was probably like the only Legend of Zelda game that I'd ever play. Which is a good thing actually, because I actually wanted to play Breath of the Wild when it came out, but I never really got to it, so. And then it had alternate modes to where either you play on your Wii Remote or your gamepad. It changed up the little style that was given to the player. And since back then there was 4 Wii Remotes and an additional gamepad, this was 5 players each. And mind you, this was when the Wii U just came out, okay? This was when the Wii U just came out. Smash Bros. Wii U wasn't out until 2014, so that was like 2 years later. Nintendo Land got you beat by a mile, my boy. I'm joking. It had so many unique types of games that you could play, even outside of the 12 games. Like, there's a mini game that uses your coins that you collect throughout the games that you play, letting you use those said coins in order for you to win prizes. Which I didn't know back then because I was just spamming the fucking coins like a motherfucker. Because, like, I didn't know if they were limited or not until I finally looked at the meter and said, oh, these are my coins. And those prizes include certain characters from your mini games, certain stages from your mini games, and basically just making your amusement park more lively in a way. I still, to this day, do not know how this game became so unrecognizable compared to the other games on the Switch, except for Splatoon. That deserves to be praised, even if it's on one of the worst selling consoles. That's completely fine. I did make a short about this video game, I think about 6 months per se, at the time of this recording. And I say this because this is a game that holds dear and near to my heart. This game was everything that we needed in a game, honestly. A game within a game that lets you play more games to play more games and win more games to play more stuff and play more games. It's evolution, baby. This is how you rebrand the Miis series. You don't have to make a ton of sports games in order to make a really good series. Then again, you kind of need that shit to be a popular Miis series, because I'm not gonna lie, nobody probably remembered this shit except for me. And you're probably wondering, what the fuck is this game and where can I get it? Only due to me. You're welcome, by the way. You're welcome, by the way. I really hope they port this on the Switch or Switch 2 at some point, because it really does not deserve to be forgotten in the dust that we call the Wii U. Also, this game is turning 12 years old. I feel like I should just note that real quick, just in case if y'all were wondering. Anyways, we move on to our final game for this list. Welcome to Animal. Wait, wrong game. Our final entry for this video, Nintendo Switch Sports.
And the same game that I'm never touching in a million years.
Exactly the way you get no bitches. So the Miis are available in this game, except you have to unlock the Mii. But while you don't have the Miis, they give you a different take on creating your own avatar in the Nintendo Switch game. And like the joke that I made before, it kind of looks like Animal Crossing, a little mixed with the Xbox Y Connect character models. It is definitely not a Mii, I will say that. Should we really criticize it for the fact that it's not the original Miis that we've been using since 2006? Because if you really think about it, these are Miis. Sure, they have less customization and shit, and they look more originally from something else rather than your handcrafted creation, per se. It is a nice little take on rebranding the Miis. Maybe not entirely replacing them, but still though, like, it's a little new generation of different types of Miis. Miis at the end of the day are just avatars that you just self-infiltrate inside a game. So I mean, it's deep, but it's not that deep. Pause. And anyways, it's just nostalgia. I'm pretty sure if these avatars were more unlockable than the actual Mii skins you can get inside the game, then it'd be a completely different story. But other than that, man, it's really not that bad. People may prefer the Wii, but in reality, like, the Nintendo Switch Sports is just like a rebranding of some sort. The thing that I like about it is that it's not like Wii Sports Club, where it's just like the same game verbatim over and over and over and shit. And I mean, sure, it has the same games, but it looks like it's rebranded to like its own thing, you know what I mean? So like, representing wise, it's a little bit of a mixed representation, but overall, they still are Miis, and we will customize them to death. And that's about it. These games have changed a lot over the years. First, it was revolutionary. Next one, it was a completely big step up. The other ones were a cash grab. Some of these were really good ideas that not that many people have seen. And the rest of them was Nintendo trying to rebrand. I know I missed a few games, but I wanted to talk about the Mii games that I experienced first before going into others. And of course, there's that RPG Miitopia game. I mean, I played it, but, you know, I don't remember jack shit about it because I was 4 at my grandma's house, and I've never seen my 3DS in years. But like I said, I will make a part 2, and that's when I actually have to research for these games. So what do y'all think? Do you think that the Mii games have a good legacy? And what's your favorite Mii games throughout the years? I'm gonna hear a lot of people say Tamagotchi Life. But yeah, as always, this is the Undercat YT, and I'm out.